Hey, Den fam, welcome back. Yep, two genders and only two genders. We're going to discuss this a little bit with some stuff involved, other stuff along with it that kind of goes with this thing. Um, Being two genders and only two genders. It's hate to break it to you, but I'm going to break it to you anyway. That's the truth. It's a fact. It's a biological fact that cannot be changed. Sorry, two, only two. We're not talking about the imagination, okay, male and female. Okay, for those that are non-binary, it's a belief. It's a wanting to live in neither male or female. Hence the word non-binary. Two. They don't want to live in a gender or a particular gender. Sometimes it fluctuates for non binary people from one to the other, but there's only two. I have no problem with people that want to be that are claiming they're non-binary. I really don't. I got some that are really wonderful friends that are non-binary that are wonderful people. It's not a gender, though. It's actually more of a disbelief in being a gender that they were born in. Like me, I'm transgender. I was born male, transitioning to appear female. Sorry, still male. Like every other male to female trans person. Okay, like every single trans man, they're born female. Sorry, can't escape it. Biology still matters. They're still female, appearing to be male. And all y'all need to wake up and get a grip on reality because y'all know better. There's just two. This isn't the ice cream thing where you get 9 million flavors, 72 flavors, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, sorry, pretty plain there. Yeah, two genders. Yeah. And an Apache attack helicopter isn't one of them. Sorry, you're not a frog. You can't change your actual sex. Doesn't work that way. It's one species of frog that can do that. And if you're a human, sorry, you're not a species other than human, just human. Time to wake up. Come back to reality. It really is that simple. Just two. Oh, all you rectal tards. You're gonna kill kids because they aren't gonna let them medically transition. Bullshit. It's you assholes and rectal tards that are causing more harm to these children by medically transitioning them than you are good. And you damn well know it. It's not killing them, it's saving their lives so they can grow. Grow to the person to be who they want to be when they are an adult. Sorry, if you're an adult, y'all know as children we weren't sure. And that being fact, you know it's a fact, children of today aren't sure. Yes, a lot of us have a good idea when we were kids, and I'm sure a lot of them still do have a good idea. Still not sure. Going through puberty changes a lot of things for a lot of kids. Some of them will end up turning out being gay or bisexual or lesbian or straight. And less than 1% of those that are questioning and having issues with it, and they do, okay, they have children have gender issues. I was one of them. But I had the suspicion feeling, I didn't know what transsexual or transgender was. I had the suspicion feeling that I wanted to go through my own normal puberty to begin with. So even going through all the stress I went through, I had a pretty good. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't all stars and stripes forever and banners forever, But it was. I made the best of it. Grew up with my siblings and friends, and for the most part, we had a pretty good time. I lived through that stuff. A lot of us that are transsexual lived through that stuff as children and started our transition and made that decision as an adult. A legal aged consenting adult who had a better understanding of what it meant to be and to go through a medical transition. Don't care what age you are, it's not easy to medically transition if you really have gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder. It's not easy. And yeah, I get it. I know the depression stuff with it that comes with it. I have it. I understand it. That's why proper mental health therapy is the right way to go. And I do not affirm right out the gate because you don't know. Till you discuss with these children and go through long-term therapy. Discuss with these children how help them to get through their childhood and adolescence and into adulthood. And if it still persists, then there's things that can be done, can be talked about then how to proceed. It's really trying to bring back sanity. Where has it gone? That is just child abuse. And it's sickening. I want to puke. Every time a child freaking gets medically mutilated in the quote unquote bullcrap trans healthcare, that is not trans healthcare to medically transition a child. That's medical malpractice, child butchering, child abuse. That's exactly what it is. Children deserve better from people who know better. Two genders, two sexes. And I'm sorry you can't no longer claim it. And I mean this wholeheartedly for those who are non-binary and want to have that marker on their license. They cannot have it on their mark to the X or whatever it was on their license for non-binary. I wish that didn't have to happen. I wish a lot of this didn't have to happen. That's coming down through the pike because of this trans bill. But you trans activists, you asked for it. Your delusional sense of reality has just gone way too far, and we're sick of it. Damn well sick of it. Set us back 50 years. You need to stop. If you actually care, you do the right thing. I don't have a problem with activists, so to speak, if they're being activists for the right reasons, going the right direction, proper directions. And the way it's been going with these woke BS bullshit, trans ideology crap, has gone too far. How long is it going to take us to come back from this? Who knows? Who knows? But it's affecting all of us, each and every single one of us, and some to a greater degree than others. I hear of people, having suicidal ideations again because of this. What's going on? And guess whose fault it is? It's the fault of these bullshit, woke trans activists that have been activating for all this woke crap that they know is a lie. That if you're a trans woman, you're actually a woman, and you're not. Sorry. Trans women are not actual women. Trans women are men appearing as women and trying to live in the mannerisms of being a woman or feminine or female. Well, the exact opposite for trans men, born female, and taking on the physical appearance and mannerisms of a male. No more, no less. It's that simple. It's exactly what it is. Biology does not change. Biologists and doctors are very smart people. They really are. Even though human science has not figured out how to change a person's DNA and biology from one sex to another, even if even if they are able to transplant reproductive organs from one sex to another, it still does not change their biology. A lot of other stuff still has to happen to make those things work. Because the biology does not change. Not now. Maybe in a couple hundred years it may very well happen. But not now. Maybe that's the direction we ought to help these scientists go. For those of us who are actually born trans, and figure that out that we really are as an adult. Maybe that can be something that can happen for them. Or science can figure out, it'd be through research, because they're good at what they do. They do a lot of good research. And stop the bickering. Stop the bickering and fighting and demanding this is what it is and when it's not what it is. You're not doing the community any bit of good. You're doing harm to the entire community, and you're doing harm to transsexual people, transsexual and transgender people who really have this thing. Plus the attack on girls, where there are more girls, has exponentially gone up over 4,000% of transitioning, and just about as much increase in detransition rate. Because you're wrong. You're pathetic. No, sorry, I lied. You're not pathetic. You haven't reached that height of level. You haven't come up the ladder far enough to be pathetic. It's ridiculous. And it doesn't even reach the level of ridiculous yet. It's evil, demonic, and satanic. Butchering children like that. What the damn it do you think you're doing? And those who support it. What's the matter with you? I'm hoping it becomes a federal crime, a federal felony, to medically transition a child. I really do. I hope it becomes a federal felony that cannot be changed for any reason. I've had some bad stuff happen as a child. I really have. It make a billy goat puke. But medically transitioning a child is worse than what I've ever had done to me as a child. I've had some bad shit happen. Bad shit. Okay? My mother's a great woman and a great mother. We all got lied to about how a certain particular guy that ended up they ended up getting married and found out he was a child rapist. So yeah, I've gone through some bad crap as a child. But medically transitioning a child is worse. I'm glad. I am just so glad that I'm not wasn't born in the era I was born in. Because this is just so beyond anybody with any common sense. Past the level of a 2-year-old knows this isn't any good. Trying to ban it for anybody under the age of 19. I don't necessarily agree with the 19 being the cutoff. I believe at least 18 should be the cutoff because if somebody can sign on their own to go in the military, should be able to do the same thing when it comes to that. I give that all day long. And sometimes even with 17 when a parent signs off for the person to go into the military. I'll tell you what we don't let children do under the age of 21 is drink alcohol. We don't let them drive cars before they're 14 or 16. Don't let them get tattoos until they're 18 or 21. But it's okay to medically butcher a child. Are you flipping out of your mind? Well, you can't be out of your mind because you have to have one first. Let alone have something more, a brain more of being able to take care of minimal bodily functions. I'm wondering if you have more than that. And yes, I am insulting you trans activists that are pushing for medically transitioning and butchering children. And those who are calling trans women actual women and trans men actual men, because it's a lie. You're a bunch of liars. No, I don't hold back punches. It's too important not to hold back. But it's too important to hold back punches when it comes to truth and the harm that's being done. Not only to children, but us as trans who are trans adults. Now it's affecting my life. And you have no damn right to do crap that's going to harm my life or anybody else's life. I don't know who the hell you think you are. I can guarantee you no one died and left you God. Wake the hell up or stick your head in a meat cleaver. Time to live in reality. I'm pissed. And I'm going to keep pushing back on it. I keep pushing back on it and with others that are pushing back against this woke crap. All you're doing is spewing forth sewage. Raw sewage is all you're doing. Putting out. Any doctor that medically transitions a child needs to be put in prison for the rest of their lives. Any parent that allows it to happen needs to do the same damn thing. So I'm going to tell you what right now. And yeah, we'll excuse the ones in the past because you know what, a lot of this stuff wasn't available to people and couldn't find out. But now a lot more of this information is out and people are starting to know what this is about. There's no excuse. It's your child. Okay, and I have a lot of good friends, friends that I call quality friends that for whatever reason didn't understand the consequences of transitioning their children. And I'm okay with them. I really am. Because a lot of this information was being held back on how brutally bad it was for a child. It was held back intentionally for money. Only money. They don't give a damn about your child. It's the money. And you know it. You're just as sick as they are. Anybody medically transition a child for money? When they know better, and they got the therapists to say, "Oh, you want a dead child or a living trans child?" You're sick and pathetic. You belong in a federal prison for the rest of your life too. Surrounded by a moat of sewage. All it is to medically transition a child in the medical field, no matter whether the medical field be MD or therapist, mental health therapist. You know it's wrong. Therapists actually really want to make money. You help them get through their childhood and through their adolescence into an adult the right way, loving, caring, compassionate. Help teach them how to be okay going through their childhood and teenage years to reach an adult. And if that's what they decide to do, you're more than on their side to help them out, do whatever they need to get done. That's how you show care and compassion. Anything else is child abuse and child butchering. Damn you, all the hell. Who are all for medically transitioning children. Because you can let the child participate in gender expression. Let them express their gender through the way they dress, the toys they play with, how they interact with others. Let them go through their puberty and actually be able to figure out if it's the right thing for them to do when they reach an adult consensual age, to be able to make those decisions for themselves. Because I tell you what, one other thing you're doing, and you probably don't realize it, is you're stealing their right to decide and make the decision totally on their own. You rob them of that. You rob them of making their own decision. Damn you for that. Damn you all to hell for taking that away from a child. Damn you all to hell for butchering children. I really don't like making these types of feeds. I really don't. I'd rather be doing something else other than this. Making this kind of live, this kind of material, creating this kind of material. What I'd like to do, what I would really like to be doing, is helping finding ways to help these children get through things that they could do while taking care of their mental health. Summer camps for these children, it would be probably a beautiful thing. They would probably love and enjoy it, where they get to have fun doing children's things and expressing their gender. Just expressing it. Okay? Because that's how they're gonna, that's part of how they're gonna find out over the longer run if medically transitioning is something that they're gonna want to do as an adult, along with going through their puberty. Maybe they'll find out they're cross dressers. Maybe they'll find out they're tomboys or Sally girls. Who knows? You know, gay, bisexual, or lesbian, or maybe even straight heterosexual. Who knows? Who knows? But we need to let these children know that they can go through their childhood and puberty and have fun and still be able to deal with what's going on with them, mentally and emotionally, in a healthy way, until they get to a point where they can make their own decisions if it's really, truly right for them as an adult. One thing I am happy for is it's, you know what, back in my day, it wasn't as easy to be able to come out and say something. I'm like, hey, I just don't feel right in my body. Let alone didn't know how to say it. At least I thought I felt uncomfortable in my body growing up as a boy and a teenage male into an adulthood. But I tell you what, I am so happy I got to live that life. I've had relationships I would not have had. I have biological children I would not have had. Had I been medically transitioned, I wouldn't have any of that. I wouldn't have the children I have. I wouldn't have been able to go through the relationships I had that got me those children. That's something else you're stealing from them, is the possibility of them having their own biological children. Even if they do end up transitioning afterwards, that's okay. That's okay too. Maybe they'll never have kids in transition. Who knows? Don't know that. Either side, don't know that. None of us do. It's time to do the right thing. Do the right thing. Pharmacies are not going anywhere. They'll make money. Don't you worry. Doctors aren't going to go anywhere. They'll make money. And I believe most all of them actually care about their patients. Just think some of them went down the wrong road. Medically transitioning children, I think it's barbaric. And I really do believe that, because it is. And I really do believe it's child abuse. Doctors, please stop. Please stop. And you can't tell me you don't know what the research of most of the rest of the world is. Because if that's what you're going to try to say, you're incompetent. Children deserve better. And the only ones that can do it for them is adults. Being adults. And I mean, actually be an adult, be a parent. And if you're not a parent, be an adult. Protect these children against this barbaric medical transition. Because they are our future. They are our future. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you let them grow up and make their own decision, they're going to say, thank you for letting me grow up and make my own decisions for myself. They will thank you for that. Mine did. Mine haven't transitioned, but they thank me for letting them grow up and make their own decisions. And letting them know that certain decisions weren't the right ones to make. And then certain decisions, okay, let's see how that goes. That's what they deserve. Okay, yeah, that's probably the right decision. Let's see how that works. That's not from experience and just seeing others. That's not the right decision. We got to do something. Got to think about something different. Because it's the right decision to do as an adult and as a parent. Anyway, so remember, y'all are important. Y'all have worth and y'all have value. And if nobody told you they love you today, I love you. Have a great rest of the day. Until next time, bye for now.